In the last session, that is in the 19th session, we have discussed about the structure of sugar industry in India, and in this session, that is in the 20th session, we are going to discuss about the structure of cotton textile industry in India. So first of all, we can go through the introduction. The production of textiles is structured across the organized sector and unorganized decentralized sector. The organized sector consists of spinning mills and composite mills. Composite mills are those where all the activities, that is spinning, weaving and processing, are performed in the same building. Weaving is done in unorganized decentralized sector and consists of power loom, hand loom and hosiery units which mainly performs weaving. So the industrial structure of textile industry can be explained as follows. The structure of Indian textile industries is divided into organized and unorganized sector. While the organized sector is related to spinning mills and composite mills, and unorganized sector is related to power loom, hand loom, hosiery, knitting, yarn and for fabric processing units. So this is about the structure of textile industry. So next part is growth and development of textile industry in India. India held world monopoly in the manufacturing of cotton textiles for about 3000 years, from about 1500 BC to 1500 AD. In the Middle Ages, Indian cotton textile products were in great demand in the Eastern and European markets. The muslins of Dhaka, chitzens of Masulipatam, calicus of Calicut, baftas of Cambay, and gold wrought cotton piece goods of Burhanpur, Surat, and Vadodara acquired a worldwide celebrity by virtue of their quality and design. The first modern cotton textile mill was set up in 1818 at Fort Gloucester near Kolkata, but this mill could not survive and had to be closed down. The first successful modern cotton textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854 by a local Parsi entrepreneur, C.N. Devar. Shahpur Mill in 1861 and Calico Mill in 1863 at Ahmedabad were other landmarks in the development of Indian cotton textile industry. The country had therefore to resort to large-scale imports of long staple cotton, which was an extremely difficult task in view of the limited foreign exchange reserves. The only solution to this problem was to increase hectareage and production of long staple cotton within the country. This goal was achieved to a great extent in the post-partition era. So the production of fabric in India. Production of fabrics in India in million square meters can be explained with the following table. So the table explains that in 1950 and 51 era, the mill sector produced about 3730 million square meters of fabric, while the decentralized sector had produced 1010 million square meters of fabric in India, and it accounts totally 4740 million square meters of fabric, and these numbers rose to 2590, which is related to mill sector in the year 1990 to 91, and in decentralized sector this number roses to 20,340 million square meters of fabric, and in total this number has rose to 22,930 million square meters of fabric production. And in 2011 and 12 era, the mill sector has produced 2330 million square meters of fabric, while decentralized sector has produced 58,140 million square meters of fabric in the same era as in the same period, and the total production is 60,463 million square meters of fabric. So this table has been showing about the increment of production of fabric in India. So present position of Indian textile industry can be explained as follow. At present, cotton textile industry is largest organized modern industry of India. There has been a phenomenal growth of this industry during the last 4 decades. About 16% of the industrial capital and over 20% of the industrial labor of the country is engaged in the industry. The total employment in this industry is well over 15 million workers. There are at present 1719 textile mills in the country, out of which 188 mills are in public sector, 147 in cooperative sector and 1384 in private sector. About 3/4 were spinning mills and the remaining 1/4 composite mills. Apart from the mill sector, there are several thousand small factories comprising 5 to 10 looms. There are about 40 lakh handlooms and about 5 lakh power looms in the decentralized sector. Although they are widely distributed throughout the country, states of Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Assam and Manipur accounts for nearly 50% of the production capacity. So, the distribution pattern of the textile industry can be explained as follows. Although cotton textile mills are located in over 80 towns and cities of India, yet its largest concentration is found in Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh. The table shows the data about the production of cotton in India in 2002 and 2003. So, as it seems, in 2002 and 2003, Tamil Nadu has the highest position of highest producing state of cotton, which was producing 968 million kilograms of cotton in 2002 and 2003. In percentage wise, it accounts about 44.46% of the total production of cotton. And the Maharashtra was having the second position by producing 234 million kilograms of cotton in 2002 and 2003 and accounting 10.79% of the total production of cotton in India. And while the Punjab is having third position, Gujarat fourth position, Madhya Pradesh fifth, Haryana sixth, and Andhra Pradesh having the seventh position by producing 82 million kilograms of cotton in 2002 and 2003, accounting 3.77% of total production of cotton in India. Overall, the total production of cotton in million kilograms were 2177 million kilograms in 2002 and 2003 and accounting about 100% of the total cotton production. So, the next part of this session is related to the state-wise production of cotton textiles in India. So Maharashtra is having the first position. The first one is Maharashtra state. Maharashtra excels all over states in development of cotton textile industry. It produces 39.38% mill cloth and 10.79% yarn of India. About 3 lakh workers are engaged in this industry in Maharashtra. Mumbai is the largest center in India, having 63 mills out of Maharashtra's total of 122 mills. Mumbai is rightly called the Cottonopolis of India. So next one, Mumbai. Apart from Mumbai, Solapur, Pune, Kolhapur, Satara, Wardha, Nagpur, Aurangabad, Amravati, Akola, Sangli, Chaligaon, Miraz, Mandir, Jalgaon, etc. are other centers of cotton textile industry in Maharashtra. Next state is Gujarat. Gujarat is the second largest producer of cotton textiles. This state accounts for over 33% of the mill cloth and over 8% of the yarn production of the country. Ahmedabad is the largest center where 73 out of 118 mills of Gujarat are located. Ahmedabad is the second largest center of cotton textile industry after Mumbai. Next state, Madhya Pradesh. Cotton is locally grown. Coal provides unnecessary energy. Uh, Abundant cheap labor is available due to backward economy of the masses. Gwalior, Ujjain, Indore, Devas, Ratlam, Jaipur, Jabalpur, Bhopal, etc. are important centers of Madhya Pradesh. Next, Tamil Nadu. Among the southern states, Tamil Nadu is an important cotton textile producer. Although Tamil Nadu produces only about 6% of the mill cloth of India, the state excels all over states in the production of yarn and accounts for over 44% of the total yarn production of the country. Next one, West Bengal. Kolkata is the most important center of West Bengal. It enjoys the facilities of a port, humid climate, coal from Raniganj, local labor due to high density of population, and those of dyeing and washing. But Kolkata suffers from the disadvantage of being away from the main cotton producing areas of India. The other important centers are Hora, Murshidabad, Hooghly, Shirampur, Shyampur, and Panihar. Next state is Uttar Pradesh. Most of cotton textile industry has developed in the western part of Uttar Pradesh. Kanpur is the largest center as is known as Manchester of Uttar Pradesh. This city has 10 out of 52 cotton textile mills of the state. Other important centers are Muradabad, Varanasi, Agra, Bareilly, Aligarh, Modinagar, Sahanpur, Rampur, Etawah, Lucknow, Mirzapur, etc. So next, Rajasthan. Pali, Biawar, Vijayanagar, Kishangarh, Ganganagar, Bhilawar, Udaipur, Jaipur, Kota, Ajmer are the some important cities producing the cotton in the Rajasthan. So in Punjab, Amritsar, Ludhiana, Phagwara are the some cities which are producing the cotton in the Punjab. In Haryana, Bhiwani, Hisar and Rohtak are producing the cotton. And in Karnataka, Bangalore, Belgaum, Mangalore, Chitradurga, Davangere, Gulbarga, Chinnapatnam, Mysore are the some states which are producing the cotton in the Karnataka. So the next part of this session is related to the problems of cotton textile industry. The first problem is scarcity of raw cotton. Indian cotton textile industry suffered a lot as a result of partition because most of the long staple cotton growing areas went to Pakistan. Although much headway has been made to improve the production of raw cotton, its supply has always fallen short of the demand. Consequently, much of the long stable cotton requirements are met by resorting to imports. Next problem is obsolete machinery. Most of the textile mills are old with obsolete machinery. This results in low productivity and inferior quality. In the developing countries, the textile machinery installed even 10 to 15 years ago has become outdated and obsolete, whereas in India about 60 to 75% machinery is 25 to 30 years old. Next problem is erratic power supply. Power supply of the most cotton textile mills is erratic and inadequate, which adversely affects the production. Next problem, low productivity of labor. Labor productivity in India is extremely low as compared to some of the advanced countries. On an average, a worker in India handles about 2 looms as compared to 30 looms in Japan and 60 looms in the USA. If the productivity of an American worker is taken as 100, the corresponding figure is 51 for UK, 33 for Japan and only 13 for India. Next problem is strikes. Labor strikes are common in the industrial sector, but cotton textile industry suffers a lot due to frequent strikes by a labor force. The long drawn strikes in 1980 dealt a several blow of the organized sector. It took almost 23 years for the government to realize this and introduce legislation for encouraging the organized sector. Next problem is stiff competition. Indian cotton mill industry has to face stiff competition from power loom and handloom sector, synthetic fibers and from products of other countries. Next problem, sick mills. The above factors acting singly or in association with one another have resulted in many sick mills. As many as 177 mills have been declared as sick mills. The National Textile Corporation, set up in 1975, has been striving to avoid sick mills and has taken over the administration of 125 sick mills. What is alarming is 483 mills have already been closed. So the summary of this session tells to it enables the students to do thorough understanding of the growth and problems of cotton textile industry in India.